Hello guys, how's it going? Um, Keep an eye on MRIN. MRIN is breaking out. This one, it could be there's an entry. I didn't take it, but on the breakout, even now, you might get a cheaper rate. But entry on it, Momo stock, first day gapper. But your stop is around the under 285s. We're talking long here. 285 is your stop, so trade according to the risk tolerance of your setup. Um, I'm also watching plug. Interesting watches for the moment is MRIN, plug, WKHS, Roku as well. I'm definitely watching Roku. Yeah, see, at the moment for me it's a bit too early, but the setup for Roku was there. Unfortunately, I wouldn't have taken it for a short actually. Quite a bit of stop, but you would have had to adjust your risk. What else? On the MRIN, if anybody took that, just be careful on it. Don't leave your stop too extended. Like, don't leave too much room as well on this, because the first day gappers initially tend to really reverse back quickly. So if that didn't give you quick profit, that's 10 cents move from the breakout. I wouldn't have taken that, but just be careful, guys. I would tighten my stop very quickly on this. It can drop back to threes and stalls there for a while. All right. ATOS WKHS. Hmm. Okay, there you go. MRIN, guys, is starting to move. I will definitely put my stop now 314, guys, 313, somewhere that you can even put a hard stop on it. So you've got about now you've got about five to 10 cents max loss on it from the breakout area where I called it. Um, 350s is the next challenge, guys. 350s. If those break, then yeah, this could be good. But I would take some out just before 350s, maybe 345s, 343s, anywhere close to that. So keep an eye on for the partial. But yeah, I would have kept my stop under 315s. Just keep a tight stop on it. Right, plug. Plug is interesting. I'm waiting on plug, guys. If we are gonna take plug, it's gonna be we're talking 20 cents worst case scenario and 10 cents normal stop, 10-12 cents normal stop, so you can take according to the the risk you can tolerate. So I'm still waiting on plug. Ideally I would like it to go close to 3390s, where I can base my stop off of 34s, 3405s, but it seems like it might not get there. 3380s is okay as well, guys. Plug 3380s, 3078s. Just remember, it's still early. You would have been stopped out here, guys. MRIN. This is what I mean by this quick moves. If you were gonna take any trades at the initial 5 to 10 minutes, you gotta be really quick, guys. You know, these are scalpels paradise. Like, I mean, this would have been a great scalping tool, long and shorts. But yeah, I mean, you should know which time frame you're trading as well. For me, the reason why I didn't trade is because of the time frame, to be honest, because I just don't like to scalp too quickly. Plug might have actually left without us. Plug might have left without us. Yeah, it's definitely left with Alright, I will wait for you later. Today I am a bit late to the party, so I'm gonna take at least 10 to 15 minutes, which is already up now, to start trading. I feel like I'm not really well prepared today, so I'm gonna take my time. That's why I'm not triggering these quicker than I would have. Plug I would have definitely taken even 3375, but today I'm not. It's just I don't feel that ready 100%, so I'm gonna take my time, guys. I mean, I wish somebody had taken that plug. It's it's doing really well. It's actually perfect follow through. This might be ideal trade for the day. I mean, if anybody has taken it, this is 3330s. Even now is your partial, guys. Easily get your partial out, and then let the rest just above. I would say for the moment keep it on break even, but don't let it hit the break even. If it does come back 3550s break, 3560s, you can get out on it quickly. It's still early. It can whipsaw. MRIN trying to come back, but I don't trust this, guys. To be honest with this one, I feel like right now, unless it breaks 350s, I'm not looking for longs on it at all. In fact, shorts would be ideal on it if you can find the shares for it. It's probably difficult to find. So even shorting, I probably wouldn't bother with it because of the overhead costs on it. I'm just gonna leave this alone, guys, unless it gives me MRIN breaking 350s. I'm gonna put an alert. Right now is a guessing game, guys. It could chop around between the highs and the lows. Just gonna put an alert and leave it alone. Right. Alright, plug trade. If it breaks 33.30s, next area to look for is 3, obviously, around 33 areas, the round number. I'll take some out just before it, 33.05s, even 33.10s. And also watching Roku and WKHS. Wow, look at these daily levels play out, guys. These daily levels play out really nicely. It just, yeah, it's coming off of those daily levels. Roku just couldn't break through. Alright, guys, plug, if you're, trade management on plug would be stop over 33.67s now. 33.67s. I would say it's still a bit aggressive. I would keep it on the break even 33.75s or 80s if you have taken it there. Because it's about, it's almost half an hour in, isn't it? 15 minutes. Yeah, you can be a bit conservative with it. $15.90 16s. Right, guys, WKHS, I'm gonna start looking into this short. The risk is quite a bit. I would like it to go a bit. 15.90 60s. I'm watching this, guys. WKHS. Your risk is over 16 for sure, guys. For me, it's not 16. It's over 16 15s. So it's quite a bit. So I would like it to just pause a little bit here or pull back. I'm keeping a close eye on WKHS, waiting for it to pop a little bit. Just would like to pop for a 16. But you can start slow, guys, here. Sometimes it wouldn't reach 16, so you can start slow. WKHS 1585. Watching the level 2 and time and sales. Right, still watching WKHS, guys. I've started quite small. I've started like 1/4 of the position here. On the close to 16s, I'll add, and then once it starts confirming, I'll add to the full position. So the reason why I started adding is sometimes it might not reach where we're waiting for. So WKHS started small, 1/4 of the position, around 16s. If it does get there, I'll add another half, and then once it starts confirming, I'll add full size on it. And my stop is a little bit to the larger side, 16 over 16, 25s, 23s, and I've got a mental stop on it at the moment. Alright, there we go, WKHS. Alright, breaking recent lows. We want this momentum to continue, obviously. 1560s, 1550s as an area. I want to see how this candle closes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, what else? Right, guys, ALF, I'm shorting, starting 1155, stop 1180s, 1155s, 1180s is the stop, ALF. And I will add to it when it starts breaking 1150s. I'm starting small on this with 1180s stop. 1180s stop. Start small on it, guys. It's not. It hasn't confirmed yet. It's not the best of the setups, but it is there. So shorting ALF right now with 1180 stop. So we got two trades going on right now. WKHS started a bit early. Looking back, it wasn't actually early. It's good timing there. So what I've been seeing is usually I would wait, but I've been seeing they don't give us really sort of opportunities. They just run after a few bars of pause. So that's why I started early on WKHS. And but the ALF, the idea of waiting, ALF is there. Quite a bit of congestion going on the before it actually starts moving. So this is basically the calm before the storm kind of thing. So I'm hoping it will be to the downside, the storm. Yeah, just keep a close eye on ALF. So start managing on these. And Roku. Right, guys, quite a bit of opportunities today. See, I'll keep an eye on those two that I'm trading on the other charts. Roku, I would not alert, guys. I will trade it myself, but I wouldn't alert this. There's huge. We're talking risk level of more than $1. So I wouldn't alert this, but there's opportunities there. Alright, so with the WKHS, I'm gonna pull my stop just over 16 from initial. Now I can put a hard stop on it. Hey Scott, how's it going, man? Thanks. Sorry, I wasn't checking on the chat. Uh, I just left it alone. Emrin, what did it do? Yeah, that's the short for you. Emrin, I'm thinking if Emrin might be all day fader today, but it's so expensive. It's just I just don't touch it because it being so low price stock, the risk to reward is not there for me. But actually, a lot of people trade these things on the front side. To be honest, they short them like crazy on the front side because they know most of these stocks are rubbish. They'll come out with you know, phase one, phase two news and stuff like that, just trying to pump it. Most of the time, short sellers will actually beat the hell out of these kind of stocks. So there is a strategy there. A lot of people apply. But it comes with a lot of overhead costs. You basically have to pay your broker to actually borrow the shares from, if they have any. If they don't, they'll have to look for somewhere else to actually buy it for you, and that's when a lot of costs come in. But yeah, a lot of scalpers traders will be loving this thing today. Any pop on this will be shorted, I believe, unless it actually comes back and breaks 330s now, ideally 350s. WKHS and ALF, I would really like ALF to break 1150s. If it does, I'll add some to it. Still wouldn't be full. Even if I added 1150s, under 1150s, it will be kind of like I would be in 50% position on it. And still waiting on WKHS to do something. This might be quite slow, but when WKHS runs, if you catch it, if you're on the right side, it could be a good. It does move, so I'm not worried about moves on WKHS. Right, I could not get in, guys, on the ALF second entry. I couldn't add. I could not add. I'm stuck with only like 1/3 of the position on this. I would have liked to. That's fine. Now we want 1140s to break, and if it does, then we are really good to go, guys. Look at the daily, right? That's the level. 1140s is the level. If that breaks, guys, we got tens, you know. Yep. So I feel good about this, unless it actually bounces from here, which means our stop is already 1178 80s. So I'm sticking with that. WKHS 1150 70s 1590s. I feel like I want to add there, but I'm sure it's gonna go before I add 60, because I pulled my stop down a bit. I could afford to add, but the way it's reacting is not actually doing. There's no follow through on this, guys. I'm not gonna add on a WKHS. Just keep my stop over 16 and that's it. Right, 1150. So I might add on ALF, guys. It's giving me the chance to do that now. Eleven fifties, guys. ALF. I added a little bit 1150s, so I'm running like 50% of my position on it. You could, however, add 11 on the break of 1140, but that's a bit risky. instead of doing that, I will wait for that 1140 to break completely. The bar closes, few of the bar closes and starts trading underneath 1140, and then I'll decide how it whether to add or not. There's a bit of spread on it as well, ALF. Guys, if 1140 does break, I already put my limit order just before 11, just in case if it washes. You might not have the chance to actually take it out if you don't have limit orders, guys, because I mean, I call this like almost like a squeeze. So it's getting tighter and tighter. If it does sort of break that, usually it's a good wash. WKHS, guys. I am gonna on WKHS. I'll be a bit tighter, guys. Yes, my stop is hard stop is over 16s, but I might exit this before it gets there with a very very small loss, because it's completely doing opposite of what I expected it to do. So I'm gonna be very careful on this. 1603 is the stop. Scott, no. Actually, I'm planning to buy it. No shorting TRCH today. No, for the whole day. No, I'm not. I'm not shorting it. Oh, freaking hell! Yeah, it was a good buy today. And today is the buy day. Is the bounce day basically for TRCH. So, guys, be careful shorting this thing. So where were we? WKHS. Scott, you can hear me properly? The charts are refreshing properly. Is it close to the live price? So look. Come on, ALF. We need you to break that 1140s. Gotta break. Right, guys. WKHS. I'm gonna put the stop, hard stop. Bring your hard stop down 1595s. That's what I'm gonna do, guys. 1595s. Okay, ALF. Keep an eye on ALF, guys. I really want a good wash on this here. Okay, that volume came in a bit, but it's not good enough so far. Yeah, definitely I could talk about that, Scott, for sure. Just a bit later on, yeah, maybe in about half an hour or 40 minutes. It's I keep it very simple, guys. You'll be amazed like how simple it is. You will almost not believe me. um, there we go, ALF. We're good with it. We're in the driving seat, guys. ALF. Now easily, guys, you can put your stop to break even if you haven't taken anything out. I'm waiting for the 1110s, guys. There we go. 1110s. Let's go. Even before 1110s, I'll take because on the washes normally there is always a bounce unless it's very very weak. So 1110s ideally partial, but your stop on break even. So we've got almost like a free trade running. on this ALF, guys. We have a free trade running. It's a good position to be in. Just relax and adjust your positioning. Manage your position. The only thing that's misbehaving is WKHS, guys. But then again, we buy stops very tight, so even if it takes me out 11.95, so I'm happy. Stuck to my rules. Kept it tight. But again, as you can see, guys, this squeeze that's happening, same thing with WKHS. The only difference is the squeeze was happening on this one at the bottom, as you can see, before it actually broke down. Right at the bottom here, this zone. And on this one, it's actually happening on the top. So that's what worries me. The price action is huge. It tells you the telltale signs of what it wants to do. So if you're confused about what I mean, let me just try to draw something here for you guys. So this squeeze that I'm talking about on the ALF happened at the low of the range, and the squeeze on WKHS is happening at the top of the range. Do you see what I'm talking about, guys? But right now it's acting nicely. What I don't want this to do, well, there we go. Okay, there we go. That's perfect. Right, guys, now 1160s would have been a good area for a small partial, not a lot, small partial. Remember, WKHS can run, so 1150s, 55s as first partial. 15, sorry, let me just rephrase that. So 1560s, 55s is the first partial on WKHS, just to bank in some. There we go, your partials there, right? You got your partial, guys. Move your stop to break even. Done. Right, perfect. So that's WKHS trade, first partial taken, 1555s, and move the stop break even now. Perfect. That's a free trade for us as well as ALF. Let's go. So today, guys, 100% accuracy. We took only 2 trades. There was some alerts, but that wasn't really sort of tasty, so I didn't take it. Scott, are you trading? Anybody traded today? WKHS, ALF, anybody? By the way, I took partials on both of them, both of the trades, guys, okay? Just want to update on the management. Oh, nice, yeah. Just keep an eye on the trades, trying to observe. If you start watching me for a while, you start to get an idea of you'll start to feel there's a theme, and then you can connect the dots easily when I talk about my setup and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good idea. Keep an eye. For TRCH, Scott, don't expect it today. TRCH basically, they might. Right now it's actually done quite good. It's really like the bounce happened, and it's done quite a bit of a bounce as well from 466 to $560. So it's a 20% bounce. But I'm thinking in the next few days the bounce will happen, not in one day. So and also let me show you on the daily chart, Scott. You see what's on this pullback, the volume decline. There's a huge volume decline on it, and this kind of positive for you because it's there's not a lot of people basically getting rid of the shares. That's what I can say. That's in a nutshell. Right, guys. WK. Sorry, which one was it? Yeah, WKHS. Break even on the WKHS ALF break. Guys, ALF I might add here. I might add here with the 1160 stop. So right, I've added a little bit, but you guys, if you don't know what your how to manage your position, just keep the initial position, guys. I've just taken out whatever I've taken out here. I've just brought it back in. So I'll still be ahead on this ALF even if it comes back 1195 1155s. I'll still be going with some with winner on it. So my break even for WKHS is 1585s, guys. I don't know where is yours, but 1585s is the stop for it. There. WKHS stop on break even. Let it run. We took the partial here. My partial is 1154. Around here. So I took the partial here. It might actually take us out on break even. That's fine. It's still a winner, guys. I'm gonna get taken out on WKHS for a break even 1585. It's 1 cent away from it. It might actually do that now. There's some sellers at 1584s. 1584s. If that price holds, it's good. Okay, 1584s. I thought it was gonna get taken out, 1584s, but it's still holding, surprisingly. It might actually get taken out. Uh, ALF update, guys. For myself, 1155. I got taken out on it on the ALF trade, but still I'm ahead on this. I'm positive on this because of this partial here. Wow, it just that 1584's held actually nicely on WKHS. So hopefully this is the real move down now. Whew. Right, AMC gave us some nice. Oh wow. Wow, AMC would have been really nice trades, guys. This trade here, right here, guys. That's just my bread and butter. Very good risk to reward. Yeah, beautiful. So WKHS is doing okay. So WKHS stop 1585 still valid. There's nothing we can do at the moment on it. Right, on ALF, guys, I'm gonna start again. 1144s, 45s. Tight risk, guys. 1155s, 56. So 10 cents stop. ALF. It's a shame I got taken out at 1155s. I'll still be in it, but Just about 10 cents risk. $15.70. Yeah, I'm out of 1155s, 56. Out of 11 ALF. Yeah, so on ALF I'm kind of like break even because of this partial. Maybe a bit. Let me check. Yeah, only few cents loss on ALF. This is strong now, guys. Don't touch it because that 1120s. So yeah, the volume is gonna be key here. So I'm expecting if the volume continues to be consistent, I'm expecting it to break the highs in 1224s. And I'm also looking at ATOS. ATOS looks good. I'm not really happy with the daily, so I'm leaving it alone. Alright, watching ALF. Some volume coming in. Quite decent actually, quite decent volume. Yeah, the so high of the day is quite interesting on ALF. Um, ALF is finding some sellers on the high of the day, which is quite common. ATOS is running as well. ATOS. This area here, 760, 766s to 770s is an area that it needs to break. Right, over at ALF, guys, this right here, 12, 1190s. This might be a good area for a long. I'm seeing some momentum coming into this and huge volume coming in. The only thing you're worried about is the high of the day. There's a lot of sellers around that zone, so you want to keep your stop 1190s, 88s, and just wait for the highs to break. If it doesn't break, it's a failed trade, guys. There it goes, it broke. Okay, so the volume and the momentum continues to the upside, guys, on this. The next area to look for, 1250s. You surely want to take some out at 1250, right? Surely want to take some out 1250s, before 1250 maybe. I would say 1245s. All right. You could take some out 1244s right now. 1244s. Your partial 1244s, and let the rest run. Even with a break even is fine, because your break even, the alert at around 1210s. So the alert was 1210. So put your stop to 1210s. I would say still early. If you want to be really like safe on this, put it under 1195s. But what we want to see on this one is just leaving the 12 areas behind, getting us close away from breaking the 50s as well, and start trading above it. That's when I'll be a bit more comfortable on this. AMC. Let me watch it for a while. The thing with AMC is, Scott, it's kind of difficult to read. See, this is also one of the things which, like, how people use a level 2. For me, oh, there you go, guys. ALF, your second partial will be coming soon. 1270s, guys. 1270s. There's a pivot there. Daily level as well, if I'm not mistaken, from yesterday. Or it might not be actually daily level, guys. It's just a pivot. 1270s. 1280s. Hold on. Yeah, take some partial, guys. 1180s. Sorry, 1280s. Take some partial, 1280s. Right, there you go. ALF, guys, two partials taken on it. Yeah, Scott, AMC, I don't really sort of pay attention to the level 2 that much. You know why? Because this thing is extremely overcrowded, guys. I mean, you can't read the level 2. It's gonna drive you mad. And also you can't gauge anything off of level 2. It's just for an entry and exit purposes. Level 2 AMC. Something that's crowded like this, level 2 doesn't play that much of a big role. You wanna look at it a bit in a bigger picture way. So we are in the driving seat on ALF, guys. Alert 12 around 1210s, and put your stop break even and just watch. Your two partials should have taken you taken your 70% of the position. So this last 30% or 20%, whatever is left, is a runner. So just put your stop on break even. Relax, because if this starts to carry on with the momentum, guys, this is a Momo stock and it's already pulled back enough for another move up. I'll be a bit careful around 13 areas, but the momentum is there, as you can see. So lovely. Yeah, this trade probably is the best of the trade today. Did you get what I meant by AMC's level 2, Scott? Does that answer your question? Right, we've got nice trade going on ALF, guys. Lovely trade going on. Momentum trade. Really lovely entry, 1210s with a good tight risk. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. When it comes to trade management, you want to have a trade. Let me show you something so that makes sense to you guys. So our entry was around 1210s, yeah. We want to have a risk of this box amount, and you want to have a profit. Look at the potential, guys, on this thing. You know, we're talking 5 to 1 at least. So this is the type of trades you want to be looking at, where the potential of your winners will be quite high. Okay, take some out, guys. 1350s, take some out. 1350s, take some out. Right. So this is a perfect example of management, risk management, guys. So you might be running trying to change the color on this bad boy. Ooh, no. So you get the idea, guys, yeah? You get the idea. No, not I know, right? Yeah, not very often, Scott. Not very often. Yes, you can see them go crazy on really, let's say, for example, Tesla. You know, you can't see the level. There's no way you can use the level 2 on Tesla. Anybody who says, "Oh, I'm solely trading level 2 on Tesla," is just, they're not, they don't know what they're talking about. But um, apart from these big names, huge, with huge liquidity, yeah, these things don't barely happen. And when it does happen, it's good. We love it. That means we don't have to worry too much about level 2. Then it comes to pure technical levels, which is great. Right, so ATOS is doing really well as well. I didn't take that ATOS, guys. I didn't take it. I did talk about it. I believe when ATOS was trading here, I was talking about the breakout of the high of day. But I just didn't feel that great on it because of the volume. Now the volume is surging up, but it's just it's already too late for me. Instead of this, I chose the ALF. You can clearly see the difference, guys. Look at the volume inconsistency, and look at this volume consistency. Like, after your trade, you want to see this. That's just validating your point here. Right. Yeah, I'm out WKHS 1585s. 1585s. Still a good winner, guys. We have a good winner on WKHS. Right, you wanna keep your stop not very tight on ALF. Not very tight, but I would say under 1250s. Because you only have like, let's say, 10% now. 10%, 15% left on this. This is when, taking partials really help. Alright, guys, that for these trades, when I take 80% of the trades, that just shows that the trade is done, that's finished, and then the runners does its thing, unless it takes you out under 1250s. For me, it will be 1245, somewhere like that. If it takes me out, then I don't have to worry about it because it's only like 10-15% left. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. That trade is done. We've done really well on it. Huge profit on it. What else are we looking at? All right, so Scott, can you see on MRIN the all-day fader? So any pop that gets shorted, any pop gets shorted, pops gets shorted. This is so all day today, unless something big happens, this thing is gonna just keep on doing that. That's why I didn't take long on it at all. I was discussing shorting this thing on the pops, but the thing is, because of the overhead costs, it's just sometimes not worth it. I mean, yes, it looks good if you're trading huge numbers, but let's say if your average is 320s and now it's 270s, even if you've taken like the whole, from your entry to the bottom, that's about 60 cents. 60 cents for I mean, this is good. Yes, I'm talking best case scenario here, but overhead costs are going to eat away your 40% of profit anyways. 30-40% easily, depends on how much MRIN is. So that's why I just leave it alone. There's far better opportunities out there. Today we saw that. It's just unfortunately on the trades that we took, I was expecting a bit more follow through. So WKHS, bit more follow through would have been nice. And also ALF short. ALF short was a good trade, yeah. But then I added a little bit here, so I'm actually on my short, kind of like break even, but on the long, yeah, quite a bit up. Okay, Scott, I'm gonna talk about the. Let me just bookmark this. If we're gonna talk about the pre-market, since I'm not, I don't have a lot of positions running. I only have like 10% on ALF. That's pretty much it. So pre-market, capturing my screen, one of my monitor. I'll try and sort of put the another window on it, see if it comes up. Do you see my Google Chrome on it? I don't think you can see it, right? Okay, Scott, I think you can't see my. So what I'm gonna try to do is trying to share this page, sorry, web browser, and then I'll go through the pre-market routine with you. Just give me a second, trying to sort this out. Right, okay, here we go. I need to add, okay, window. Window capture. Alright, Scott, can you confirm that you can see the Google Chrome here? Or let me do that. Alright, perfect. Okay, so first of all, I do come to the in front of my desk about an hour before, so I'm like an hour early. So obviously I go through certain news if there is. You can go to any website like Market Watch or even listen to CNBC, just briefly to gauge an idea of how the market is. It's just over the years of doing that, you just need. I only listen to it like 4 or 5 minutes, and that gives me an idea of overall market. uh, by going to these websites. You can also check the markets, but I do check it on my charts. But most importantly, um, if you know this Finviz. Are you familiar with the finviz.com? Okay, well, so you know what I'm talking about. So all the scanners are very. I think almost all the scanners I have is made on Finviz. Very simple scanners. I go through these scanners, 4 or 5 of these. So I've got green. I can even share these with you. There's not much of a secret in there. You can actually even screen capture this, and these are the settings. Just follow these settings, and what it does, it gives me list of stocks here, and I always sort it with the volume. So I only just this is very important. I only look at anything above 20 million shares. Right now it's going to show a lot. I mean a lot less, because the day hasn't ended. So tomorrow, when you come to the desk and you start to look at this, there will be big numbers here, big list, and huge volume. So what I normally look at is I start sort of selecting, looking at, if you hover over the ticker, you will see the daily. So any dailies that attract me, I'll write it down and then bring it to the charts and look at it properly. So what the main thing on these is, I don't know whether you're okay with technical dailies, how you look at them and things like that, but if the daily looks good to me and the volume is there, for example 100 million or 60 million, 200 million, things like that, I'll list it down. This is my first, and then I'll show you this is with a slight difference, but if don't worry about this one, just green is fine. Stick to that one. You don't need to worry about that one. The big green doesn't produce that many anyways. So we have got red. So this scanner basically looks for so weak stocks basically. Same process. I want to look at the volume and sort it by volume. And if the daily looks good to me, so if the daily looks good, the volume is way over 20-30 million, then I'll consider that, write it down, and then I'll check it on my charts. So that's the second scanner. I've got quite a few that I look, but also momentum I look at. This is also one of those that like this stock finds something like let me show you something like space yesterday. Remember we were talking about second day runners. So this scanner tries to find a stock that actually ended up closing very, very strong the previous day, and then today you're looking for a second day runner on that. So if you're a long trader, these this momentum and the green scanner would be quite good for you, I think. So same thing, same procedure. You want to make sure that you select the stocks, because they can be overwhelming. There could be quite a big list there, but you don't have to go through all the list. Just you know, I want to make sure that I actually select really good liquidity traded stocks. Sometimes I don't even look at stocks that are less than 50 mil, 20 mil. Sometimes I say that because you can find a few here and there. So ideally I want it to be over 50 mil. So that's my scanners. And now, after all the scanners have been completed, I've got a good list of stocks. What I normally do is I would go to so I'll go to Market Watch. I believe it's marketwatch.com. Yeah, there. You wanna Scott, you wanna basically save these two as your favorites. MarketWatch. I don't go anywhere else. You can clearly, I mean, with a quick gauge, you can actually see what the markets are doing. You can actually check your markets here. But hold on. Actually, it's not MarketWatch. Hold on. It's a pre-market. Sorry, the stockmarketwatch.com. This is what you wanna save. So the only thing I look at here is pre-market, and by this time I've already spent almost like half an hour, and it's about 8 a.m. New York time, half an hour before the open. Sorry, 9 a.m. and I'll start to look into these. The list is at the bottom, so you want to scroll down, and you've got top gaining stocks, top losing stocks. This is it. Now you see a lot of huge list here, and you can see how much, what percentage they've gone up or down, gapping up or down. These are gap scanners for you. You don't have to do anything, it's already calculated for you. So I don't really pay too much attention on the percentage of the gaps. I do, but those are for specific. But to keep it simple, you want to look at this. Alright, this crap, crap. So what I mean to say is, you want to look at the 3 most with big volume, huge volume. Okay, 3. If you can't find 3, sometimes you can't even find 1. You know, that's fine. But that's what you want to look at. So from the long side, from the gap upside, find 2-3 stocks. Sometimes it can be one each, and from the rest side you can find few. So once I've done that, I'll go back to my charts. Let me just close this. Are we okay now? So far, are we good, Scott? Right, I'll assume you're okay. Good, perfect. Any questions on these? Finviz, and then we will go to, after Finviz we will go to, what was the website? The Stock Market Watch. Okay, the Stock Market Watch. The stockmarketwatch.com. You want to select the pre-market section, and then everything you look at Finviz should be more than 50 mil for you, Scott. Okay, don't worry about 20 mil. It has to be 50 mil above, right? And everything you find in pre-market site should be more than 6 figures. Am I correct in hundreds of thousands? Yeah, in hundreds of thousands, 6 figures, right? Did I get that right? Yeah, that's the beginning. Right, okay. We okay with that, so Scott? We're happy with that? All right, cool. Let me share my charts now. Okay, charts should be visible. Okay, then just bear with me. I'm just trying to sort out something so that I can show you what I do. Okay, now you can see the charts now clearly. Is the chart showing up? Alright, so once I have those list of stocks, let's say I've got 10 stocks, a list of 10, what I want to do is I want to hone it down to maybe 4 or 5. Especially in your case, you wanna have 2 stocks, 3 maximum stocks, got 3 maximum, so that you can look at them, only them, for the rest of the day. Doesn't matter what happens, because you want consistency, Scott. Okay, and consistency is not gonna come from looking at everything. Yeah, it will come from looking at one thing and concentrating on that. Then you can start adding like 4, 5, 6 stocks. So start with 3 or even 2, and just keep them on all day. Watch the charts. That's what you want to. So what I do is let's say I've got a list of stocks. TRCH. Let's say I found TRCH on the momentum. Without looking at, I know it's a bit confusing, but this is intraday 1 minute chart. This is daily chart. Forget about intraday at the moment. This is where daily comes in play. Actually, let me bring the other one. I don't have to worry about this. Yes. Here we go. TRCH. So I pay a lot of attentions to the daily. The daily has to be in a certain way, certain pattern, certain volume. There's a lot to learn here, but for you to keep it simple, how do I explain this? You want to be keeping something that has consistently good volume for the last, let's say, 2-3 days. Okay, for you, I'll look at a lot of other things. So if I have, for example, on this one, my average from where it started, from 15th, my average volume is around over 150 million, 130 million. Perfect. Great. Awesome. If you see something like this, let's go back to this now. Could I have traded it on these areas? Look at this. It's not tradable. This is 10 million. Even if you wanted to trade these, you get slippage, there's no liquidity, a lot of people are not watching it, there's no momentum, and there's no follow through on your risk reward is screwed up badly. So no, big no here, right? Volume plays a massive role on what you're going to select to play. So there's no number, to be honest. There's no number on. I can't give you, like, for example, it should be over, average should be over 100 million, because every stock is different. A small price stock could have millions, and compared to this, let's say, for example, $200 stock might have less. It's all relevant, but you want to figure that out, that it's for that price, the volume recently has risen up and is consistent for the previous 3 days, 2 or 3 days, doesn't matter, for the recent days basically. And then once I have that daily sorted, okay, I see, okay, daily, this looks good. I'll start noting it down again. I'll start filtering out the bad dailies from this, and then I'll be left with like 5 to 7, 5 to 6 stocks, maybe even 3 to 5, and then that's what I will be watching. Once you have that list, then you work on your levels. Levels are there's a lot of ways to look at levels, but to keep it simple, look at the daily levels, very recent daily levels. Let's give you an example of TRCH. If your stock is trading right here somewhere, that day you want to trade it, so you want to keep an eye on the recent levels, okay, prior to it, recent levels. So whichever price is close to your stock, I mean, there's no point on putting a level here, level there. I mean, there might be level, but there's no point in putting it there that day because it's gonna confuse you. You want to have less confusion on the charts. Keep it as simple as you can. For me, these are the levels. So yeah, so this is basically my levels, 4 or 5 levels, not more than that. I mean, if you can put 3 4 levels, that's more than enough for that day. So this is your levels for this. Let's say this didn't happen, this never happened, and we were looking at this day and we're trying to trade that day, today basically. So we have these levels here. Remember, these levels are not coming from today, this is coming from previous days, yeah, previous days and close levels. So now let's test these levels that we just put on the intraday on TRCH, just to give you an idea, right? Okay, the only level that played out, can you see that around 5 level, 490 level, right? It washes to that level but then reclaims. You see how it reclaimed that level? I'm just giving you an idea of very simple process, Scott. You can use these levels and you don't have to have any other setup or system. But if you use these levels properly, you can actually become a really good trader. But if you keep it consistent, like these levels will always have a play. Once you start to understand what you want to do with them, when I have these levels, I don't just look at them and then decide what I'm going to do. I've got quite a few plans on it straight away in my head. Yeah, I want this to be broken. I want this to be trading underneath it so that it gives me an idea of weakness. Okay, this stock, okay, today is going to be weak. I'm going to start to short. I'm going to start thinking about shorting. That's where you start from. In this case, as you can see, it's really good to look at it after the effect, but let's have a look at it this way. Okay, it's trading here, our levels here, 4.9, let's say 5s. Okay, it does that. Ooh, I'm thinking very weak. Okay, well, just because you think it's weak, it doesn't mean it has to be weak. Now, because it doesn't close below and start trading below 490, that level of mine, well, my thesis is wrong. So I need to, I should have had 2 case scenarios on that level, or maybe even 3. But to keep it simple, 2. Okay, what if that level breaks and starts trading below? Okay, we have that scenario. And what if it starts initially breaks out? This is the best example. Breaks out but then reclaims. This is what I mean by reclaim. Fake breakouts and then comes back and starts trading above it. So that very quickly reclaimed. That's giving me a sign that this thing doesn't want to stay under that level. It won't stay above it. So now my plan, basically my thesis, have changed. As long as it's staying above this level, I'm like, okay, we are good to go for the longs. And then you start looking at your setup, whatever setup you have. You have pullback setup, breakout setup of high of day, breakout setup of high of the pre-market. It could be anything. You just start trading that long side, just making sure that you don't trade anything that has run. Like don't be trading after it starts running, and don't be trading breakouts if it's extended. That's all there is to it. So levels, huge play, a huge play. Exactly, Scott. There you go. Catching on very quick. Well done. I like that. Yes, that's one of the reasons, one of the few. But it's definitely, even if this was the only reason, I would still respect that. So hopefully that gives you something to work with. Um, but obviously, the more you do this consistently, you yourself will start to add few things on it. You might wanna. I'm not gonna talk about it now because you will wanna you will wanna add that straight away. All right. Um, that's pretty much it, Scott, for the pre-market preparation. And also we talked about a little bit going ahead, what we can on what we should be expecting after the open. No worries, Scott. Anytime, buddy. Anytime. Just ask away. That means, I mean, if I can have you not going to these furrows, my job is complete. um, and if I can help like 10 people along the way, those 10 people are gonna save thousands and thousands. And forget about the money, but the time, their time, and also um, the wrong mentality that they go into trading in. Um, they just Yeah. So to save you all that hassle, I'll try my best. Or any of you guys who are interested in getting some guidance or help. I wish I had the same thing. Anybody wanting to help me, I would jump on board without even thinking. If he doesn't have any sort of on the side, um, something that he wants to benefit from. Uh, I'm just gonna look at plug because something on the back of my mind. Not the perfect one, but there is a trade here. Let me just look at it. Plug. Okay, daily. It's not that bad. Right. Okay, guys. Plug. I'm gonna try here. I'm gonna try short plug. I want to try short, but the risk here is 10 cents, guys. Very small, 10-12 cents. Um, not obviously not a great time to be trading at the moment. Usually I'll stop trading, but since it's ticking the boxes that I have for my setup, I'll risk about 10-12 cents on this because again, plug is one of those that can actually move. And there it goes. We have got the break of the recent lows. Well, that's good as long as it stays that way. Then we have 33.30s. I want that to break. Quite a bit of support at the bottom. I want 33.30s to break. 33.30s. Right. Okay, so we still have our stop 33.52s. Okay. 33.52s. Yeah, I'm watching this trade that I'm in, plug, guys. Let me look. 3345. Okay, plug. Yeah, 3345. I got fill right here somewhere. I'm just waiting for it to break this area, 3330s. And our stop is 3352. Come on, 3330s. Okay, 33s are breaking, 32s. 32s are holding, okay. Well, there's some pressure coming in now, which is really good. If it wasn't a really bad time frame at the moment, I probably would have added as well on the break of the recent low here, 33.35s. But I won't do that. So 33.30 is broken. Okay, we are in the driving seat on this. Alright, so plug is doing okay, guys. 33.45s. We've got 33.25s. So 20 cents straight away. We've got way more than 1 to 1, so we could take a partial. That's actually 2 to 1. But I'm just waiting. Yeah, 21s. Yes, take some partial here. 22s. Yep, we could do that. Yep. I'm gonna take some partial, guys. 21. I took some 21s, but if it was earlier on during the day, I probably would have left it. But because it's in the middle of the day, so just a bit careful. Stop to break even for sure. Stop goes back to, comes down to break even, and the next exit 33.10s. So yeah, Scott, just give me 5 minutes. Just need to manage this well. I still need to take out some more on this. If I can get that 33.10s, then I can just leave it as a winner, and I don't have to worry about this. But still, it's actually a winner for me, because partial is taken and my stop on break even. Worst case scenario, I'll get out of it with my partial. But ideally, I really would like it to see close to 33s for my next partial, and then I can say this is a proper trade, not before it. Scott, there's a lot of services out there. It's not even like live trades, or it's just alerts, dodgy alerts. It will be like, oh, okay, well, we are taking 33.45s and we're gonna exit 10 cents away, same as risk. Okay, they might have quite a lot of winners, but believe me, they don't have a system that's long lasting, that's not gonna survive. Because even if you have on this, let's say you're taking 1 to 1 risk to reward, and you have 60% accuracy, you will still struggle. You'll still struggle. Why? Because first of all, people will follow those trades without thinking about the slippage. How much slippage will you get on your entry and exit? So if you're targeting 1 to 1, you're already down. It's not actually 1 to 1. It's 1 to probably 0.8. Okay? And then you have to worry about the commissions, the overhead costs. All those is going to bring it down to probably 0.6, 0.7. So you're in the wrong, your edge is not there. You're actually probably running negative edge there. So you might have noticed, for me, I'm always looking at least 2 to 1 for my first partial. And obviously we want the potential 5 to 1, or maybe even more. but 2 to 1 for sure. Yeah, I can. It's relaxed now. It's calmed down a bit. My stop is on break even, and I can just relax and leave it to work, not have to worry about this too much. I'm just gonna put a limit on the 33.10s for my next partial. I'll keep an eye on it. So we can talk about a few other things. Scott indicators. I used to use it crazy, as you might imagine. Everything was indicators for me. Like I thought, like indicators are something that just I could just use and make millions. Obviously, we start out like that, all of us, but it's way far away from truth. I would say if you're starting out, don't worry about indicators at all. What you want to have, however, though, is a VWAP. A lot of people don't like VWAP, but for me, I probably couldn't trade without it, because my system has to have VWAP. I don't necessarily trade off of VWAP, but I have to have it for certain conditions, and I can only check it if VWAP is there. Same thing, same way, if you are creating a system, if your system has to have something like an EMA, for example, moving averages, exponential or simple, whatever. If you think it, obviously, if you can't do without them, then you put them on the charts. Or if your system has to rely on it for trade management, for example, you put it on your chart. But not a single indicator's there for me to actually take trades from. There's a lot of things that needs to happen, and then indicators can be a plus point to those procedure, to the list of things that you need to tick. Indicators are a plus, but what I have indicators here is not pure. It's not to do with entries. It's just there to give me a quick sort of glance. If I look at the chart and I glance at my chart, in a second I should know what I should not know. I mean, you can never know. But what I mean to say is, like, I should have an idea of whether that stock is interesting to me or not. Simple. I look at the chart. Oh shit, no, can't deal with it. Because that's why I keep these indicators. Everybody uses it in a different way, but my advice would be keep it as simple as possible. I'm sure you heard it millions of times, but just get rid of anything that you don't feel like that's gonna help you and it's confusing the hell out of you. Just keep it as simple as you can. So you could start with let's say 20 EMA. Just keep one and see what happens. By the way, ALF trade came down and would have taken you out. Yeah, 1260s. I'm out on this. It was just only 10%. I don't even keep an eye on it after it starts running. But it's going for another round, guys. This thing could be a short squeeze. So we've got these volume speaks for itself, man. It's just, you can't ignore this. If you're short, watch out. But also, you can't just sort of say that and start longing it. You just gotta watch the price action. These volumes that are spiking up, it could actually also be the early shorters on this. So just never be biased very strongly. Keep an open mind and trade as it's happening, not not as it might. VWAP is basically a gauge of the strength of the stock. Keep it simple, as simple as that. A lot of people confuse the hell out of it. They say, "Oh, it must go below it, over it, under it, over it. It has to do certain." No, it's just to gauge the strength of the stock. As you said, above it is strong, below it is weak. Simple. And yeah, that could be another tool in your arsenal, just to gauge how the stock is doing at that day. And I believe a lot of institutions use VWAP, because VWAP is one of the things that is see, for example, let's say I put a 1 minute chart, 2 minute chart, or 5 minute chart. It's not the same, is it? Like, somebody might be looking at 5 minute chart, and it's their EMAs compared to 1 minute chart will be completely different. Or, for example, EMAs or moving averages. I might have 20 EMAs. Somebody might have 15, 13, 9. They're not all the same. But VWAP is the only thing. Well, it's one of the only things that actually is across the board universal. What does that tell you? That's very important. That's huge. So yeah, that's why I keep it. But yeah, just don't trade off of it. Try to not trade off of just VWAP. Try to not get into a habit of using only one indicator for everything. It's not a solution. Indicators are not actually a solution to finding a setup or strategy. No, it's just to help your strategy. In most cases, management. My indicators are management purposes mostly, 90% of the time. Never for entry. That's my two cents on it. Right, plug just took me out on the break even. Sorry. 33.45s. Yes. Yeah, it's still a good trade. Successful trade, plug. Just on the last runner. I would have liked it to come down. Let me just talk about this plug. So plug, we shorted it here, 33.45s. This area here. So we shorted it here, 33.45s. We got our partial about 20 cents, and our risk was about 10 cents. So yeah, still a good trade. That's our initial risk. Initial risk here, entry here, and the partial here somewhere. Even if you had gotten 33.30s, you still be more than 1-to-1. And then as we took the partial, we put our stop to break even. It took us out on the break even. That's fine. Still a winner for me. This is what I mean by time frame. Scott, can you this might be a good example. The follow through that we have on these the middle of the day is not very strong as it would in the initial first hour or so. So you want to be very careful leaving a lot of shares or a lot of your position. Oh, nice ALF. ALF would have been a nice long. Okay, we might have just missed it. Just here, 12.75s would have been a really good long. Just missed it. Damn. 13 needs to break. No, I haven't taken this ALF, guys. it's just something that was interesting earlier on. Yeah, might provide something. Keep an eye on. Scott, I have got to run. Any other questions? Fire away. But if not, then that'll be it for the day, guys. Great trades today. I've managed to rack up some points today. I don't know about you guys. Some decent trades, especially ALF guys. We're talking. I mean, we took ALF less. Actually, it might be a good idea to recap this before I actually end the stream. Right. So we were looking at ALF. I traded ALF actually. Let me just point some. Post some drawings. How do I? Right. Now I can. Yeah, I can see 1145s. Perfect. Right. So ALF was a short. I don't think you can see, guys. Here. Right. Right, we took a short ALF this area here, 1140 something. I'll find the price there later. So anyway, it was 1145, something like that. We took our partial here and then put the stop to break even. It comes back, gave us a partial, and came back and took us out on break even. So that's a clear winner for me. But for me, later on I added here on the pullback as it was creating this little range here. I added a little bit. So basically what I did was from my, if I had taken 50% off, I added back 50%. So I'm running full position again. But then I got stopped out. So I'll call that a scratch for me. But if you have been trading, if you hadn't added, that's still a winner. So we've got one trade, that's a winner, and then we were looking at this coming back and completely reversing, and a lot of things happened. You can go back to the stream as I did it, as I called the alert. This was a trade 12 11s, 12 10s, 12s. I think I got somewhere 12 12s. So let me just right here my entry was 12 12s. Entry, the exit, stop was somewhere below here, 1190s. I was talking about that. Right here when I was trading it, I really liked what it did, which was to actually break the high of day with a good force, good momentum, with the rising volume. We want that volume to keep rising for us to have this this momentum, basically sort of the TCs behind us. So it actually did exactly what I was hoping for and I was looking for. So I took some out before 1250s, partial out 1250s, and then some out around this area, I believe, 1270s, and then last I think I took it out here 1330s. So we had 3 partials on it. Perfect trade. Couldn't ask for more. 1250s. How do you make this bigger? Okay, it might actually be alright. Here we go. Yeah, so one partial here. I believe the other partial was here somewhere, and then the last one I believe 1330s, somewhere there. So this was the trade of the day, guys. This was beautiful. risk of 12.12 to 12.11.90. That's like 20 cents risk. Have a look at the profit, guys. Even the first partial is like 3 to 1. And then we've got, average it out, we've got around 12.90. Yeah, easily 5 to 1 trade. So this is trade of the day, guys. And then last 10% I left it, believe about 12.50s, somewhere there. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, so I think I got out here somewhere. Right. So that's the trade for ALF. We did trade WKHS as well. I just wanted to recap on ALF because that's the most time we spent on. We traded also plug just recently. That was the entry here. Shorted, first partial taken out. I think I took out somewhere here, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to check it, but yeah, it did give you the partial and then stop on break even. That's also a successful trade. Quite a few other trades as well. Go back to the stream if you're still watching it. Anywho, that's me done for the day, guys. Take it easy, stay safe. I'll see you, Scott, hopefully tomorrow. I might not make it for tomorrow, guys. I usually don't trade on Fridays. I don't do that well. It's just over the years I've according to my data, I haven't been doing that well. I'm still positive, but it's not as great over the day as Thursdays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays. So Mondays and Fridays I have to be extremely careful. Alright, guys, have a good weekend and enjoy yourselves out there. Go through the trades. Today's stream is very, very important, guys. I might actually this is something that you want to keep watching, and if you can, watch it over and over. I know it's like 1 hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but I will say go back to it, watch it, and write some notes, take some notes, and look at the trades that we took as well. So that's it. Alright, take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there, and see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Cheers.